staff meeting. We got room up here, guys. Yep, lots. Kind of like church, I know. More room at the front. That's Trent back there. So, has anyone seen that video before? About the boy not knowing of what the dad had done to enliven his own life and also the life of the child. And we here at Able Dental Group, one of our things is to give back. And I'm appreciative of everything that you guys do to help us give back into the community, and it also enlivens our own life. So a couple of quick questions. What is the #1 disease in the world? Pandemic, rampant, and every country has it.
Heart.
I keep going. Yeah, calm.
I read it.
You read it. Okay, so in that same regard, of the health professions, which profession is the most respected? Okay, that's, keep going a little more, break that down. No. They're corrupt. I had a speeding ticket once. All he wanted money. I hear some rumbling. Do you think it's the dentist?
No. Ranger.
No.
Receptionist.
Not the receptionist. Not the nurse. Getting closer.
The IT manager.
Close. He works close to them. Teachers is not up there. The #1 profession that people trust and in dentistry then. I'll break it down for you. You mentioned everybody but the #1.
The assistant.
The assistant. Did you know that? You didn't know that. I always thought it was the dentist because everybody trusted the dentist because he came up with recommendations. But you know what happens when I leave the room and Dan leaves the room and Kendall leaves the room and everybody else leaves the room? Who's left? The most trusted person in the dental office. And what does the patient go and say? You think I really need it? They trust the assistant more than the dentist. So I just want to welcome everybody again to our meeting. I'm going to turn the time over to Sabella's going to start, but who's going to run the program when I go sit down over there? Jamie? Or Sherry?
Okay. Take it away, Sabella.
Okay, so we're going to split. Oh, first of all, I just wanted to say an acknowledgement to the 511 team for doing an awesome job of initiating the new patient course. So thank you so much, Kingsley and Leah, for spearheading that. You guys are doing a phenomenal job. This is a good opportunity for us to actually assess how we're doing, to see what challenges we're running into so that we can start to implement the process in all the other offices. So thanks to the 511 team. All right, so bear with me on this one. I hope it works. So I need half the room to close their eyes. So let's go, this half will close their eyes. While the other half, and no falling asleep, okay? And the other team, or the other half, keep your eyes open. And when I say switch, then you guys will have to open your eyes and have to close your eyes. Does that make sense? Okay, so which group is going to close their eyes first? Okay. Okay, okay, then close your eyes. Would someone turn the lights off at the back there? Okay, so do you guys see an image? Okay. Switch. Okay. Do you guys see an image? Okay. Everybody open your eyes. You can turn the lights back on if you like. Okay, so who saw what? Can I? Okay, well then if you saw two images, then please. Okay, so who saw what? Terry?
I saw a horse.
Saw a
Saw a
horse.
horse?
Totally
Frog.
We saw a horse.
Okay, you guys, what do you guys see? Most of you guys. Horse. And what do most of you guys see?
Frog.
You're weird. Okay, well the bottom line is that it's basically the same image. Everybody was looking at the same image. If you've seen this, raise your hand. This exact image. Okay, you've seen it. Okay. There's different variations of this kind of image. You guys must have seen this. Anyone that was at the DISC event a couple months ago, you would have seen something similar. But that one was the old lady and the young lady in the same picture. So this is kind of the same concept. And the reason I wanted to talk about this today is because of this whole concept of reframing as it relates to referrals. All right, so for those of us who sometimes feel that sinking feeling when it's time to ask for a referral, you might see the referral as a fraud, maybe. But maybe the patient sees it as a horse, right? So all I'm trying to do is to introduce the idea that perspective is a critical component to the patient experience. So we might think the referral is a nuisance to the patient, when in actual fact it's not. So I think it's actually an opportunity for us to ask the patient to share a great experience, because we have the confidence in our services. And what is it really that keeps us from asking the patient for referrals? Generally, it's fear of rejection. Am I right? Anything else?
It's uncomfortable, like kind of getting the scripting down sometimes, depending on what if they ask the next question and you're like, oh, I only memorized one sentence, and like you just kind of get caught up. And
Right, so it's memorizing it. It doesn't come naturally asking for referrals, so it's a little bit awkward, right? But if you've provided a great service, if you've given good patient experience, do you think it's worthwhile asking for a referral? Right? So if you know that you've been helpful to the patient, and that the patient can actually go and share this experience with them in a positive fashion with other individuals who have a similar need, then it's not really a fraud. Then it's probably something different from what you're expecting it to be. So I know that the scripting is probably the part that we all stumble upon. So we want to be able to work with you and help you through that process. Anyone who's in a position to ask a patient for a referral, and that's all of us essentially, from reception all the way to clinical, all those of us over in the admin office. You give referrals, right? Does anyone ever give referrals for any reason? Your mechanic, your doctor, we all give referrals. So we know the value, we appreciate the value of referrals. So it's not really that bad, if you just try to reframe your mindset around the whole referral sharing experience, right? So I think for, just to get us going, if we all believe that asking for a referral is the safe thing to do, then it should be okay. We give referrals all the time, so it's okay for us to ask for referrals. Okay? Any thoughts, any other concerns around the whole referral experience? Because there's just so much that we need to learn. I think the scripting that we have to work on, obviously. But any other things that we all hiccup on when it comes to giving referrals? And it's okay, I know it's early in the morning, so we don't have to think about it right now. So. All right, so one of the easiest times to ask for a referral is after a patient gives us a compliment. We're not going to ask every single patient for a referral, because some patients are a little bit crabby or cranky. So maybe not the best patient to ask for a referral. But there's the patient that comes in regularly every 6 months to keep their appointment, and they do ask us, wow, you guys are great, you guys are phenomenal, is there anything I can do to spread the word? Those are the kinds of patients that we should be reaching out to. So when we do get a patient that gives us a compliment, then we can feel empowered to ask for a referral. So if I could ask a volunteer to read the first phrase. Anyone? Okay, Terry, you're volunteer.
I'm gonna swallow first. Okay. Thank you for saying that. That really made my day. You know it was easy getting a great result because you were such a pleasure to have in the chair. If you know anyone else who is as fun as you are, we'd love to welcome them into our office. The office, sorry.
Okay, and, okay, go for it.
I'm glad you're pleased. I absolutely love coming to, I absolutely love doing cosmetic dentistry. If you have friends who might benefit, please send them our way. We'll just take good care of them. We'll just take good care of them if we do.
Awesome, thank you. Daniel, want the last one?
Thank you. I'm so glad you're happy. I know how hard it can be to find a good dentist. Well, if you know of any other people having a hard time, please feel free to pass our name along.
Okay, so these are just 3 examples, right? I think the best way to address this is to make it your own, and we need to do drills. So what we need to do is, we need to present the opportunity for everybody that has an issue, asking for a referral, to make it natural. So what we want to do is, anytime you feel like, okay, I feel like I'm ready for it, but I'm not quite, and you have a doubt, maybe that's the day you want to do it, just give us a call. You know, talk to Connie, talk to myself, anyone in the marketing team, and say, hey, guys, can we go through some drills? And we'll set time aside as well, later on down the road, over the next couple of months. But anytime that you feel like you have the opportunity to ask for referrals, but you're not quite comfortable with it, we'll work with it. We'll work with you through it. So reach out to us. We will structure some classes, if you will, and some sessions where we can do you know, role play. Everybody loves doing role play. So we're happy to do that too. But whatever it takes, just one-on-one. It doesn't have to be as overwhelming as it can be sometimes in a group setting. So if you do feel you could benefit from having a one-on-one talking about patient referrals, just reach out to us. Okay? So we'll just wrap up here with a little video. And most of you probably have seen this, but not all of us, I'm sure of it. So here we go.
It's not uncommon for potential new patients to call the office and ask, are you taking new...
What, did I kill it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Whoops. What? No. Ah. Bear with me 1 second. Let's go back here.
Common for potential new patients to call the office and ask,
Control the volume.
are you taking new patients? Now, you might think to yourself, of course we are. If we didn't, we'd go out of business. Well, what may seem like a silly question to you is a question that many patients ask themselves, even when they don't verbalize it. Many existing patients may see everything going on in your practice and just assume that you have all the patients you need and want, so they tell no one about your practice. Before all the elaborate referral schemes and referral cards and signs in the office that might say referring your friends is the highest compliment that you can give our practice and so forth, perhaps some simple verbal skills chairside are in order. Each day during your morning meeting, choose at least 2 patients that have a good relationship with the practice, the kind of patients of whom you would like more. Whomever in the practice has the best relationship with those patients will have a simple conversation with that patient that goes something like this. Mrs. Jones, thanks for being our patient. We always enjoy it when you come in, and we really appreciate the fact that you're always on time and always in such a great mood. In fact, we wish all our patients could be just like you. Who else do you know that could use a good dental home? Now, there's a lot more complicated ways to ask patients to refer, but this one's simple and it's easy to do. Just give the patient a sincere compliment based on your relationship with them, and then just ask. Bob, you've done an amazing job of taking care of the work that Dr. Jones has done for you. I wish all of our patients did the same. Who else do you know that could benefit from some good dental care like you have? Now here's one important detail. Don't ask them if they know anyone. Ask them who they know that might benefit. Mrs. Jones, who do you know that might benefit just like you have? So here's your exercise. Take a moment to rehearse the simple asking for referrals formula. Compliment and ask. Thanks, Mrs. Jones, for always being so reliable for your scheduled appointments. We would love to have more patients just like you. Who do you know that could use a good dental home? Make sure the compliment is specific to the person, then just ask. Practice saying it in your own words first, and then you'll be comfortable saying it in front of a patient. Action. As a team, pick at least 2 patients a day on your schedule to ask for a referral. At least 2. You can do more, but start with 2. Pick the patients that you know have a good relationship with the practice. Then just ask. Who else do you know? Now, go master the skill and ask.
Great, thank you. Lights back on, if you don't mind. So again, 50% of our business we come from referrals anyway, so help us get there, folks. We look forward to all the help, and if you need anything else, just let us know, okay? Thanks for your time.
Thank you. So I was told I have a marketing minute, so I'll talk really fast. First of all, I want to, one of the sayings that we have in marketing is, it's just gonna happen. That's our saying. So my team, we always say, it's just gonna happen. So I say to Terry, are we all set up for the staff meeting tomorrow? The chairs all set up? It's just gonna happen. I get over here, it's done. So that's our saying. So thank you, Terry, for the Facebook. I need to say, you're doing a fantastic job with our Facebook, also helping with Bill Brewer Facebook. There's posts that are automatically happening throughout the day, in the middle of the night. Things are just happening without us even doing anything. It's just going to happen. Posts happening, automatically set up to do that. So thank you. That's a great job. And the contest that we have every month. That's awesome. Thank you. Daniel, when Daniel joined our team, one of the very first projects I gave him was our internal newsletter. Every month at the all-staff meeting, it's just going to happen. And I want to say thank you, because that is really a treat to read that, and I enjoy that. So thank you. It's a good job. Yay. That's something I wanted to do for so many years, and it's just going to happen every month. I love that. Also, we've got a new look and feel that's coming up to the website, so we're going to be kind of revamping that. Daniel will be kind of spearheading that, and we've set up a photo booth at headquarters over at the admin office. So anybody who doesn't have a headshot, we're going to be doing those within the next couple weeks, and a bio. So everybody needs to get their bio. So you can kind of go onto the bio right now, look at what's happening there. Because right now it looks like I think we have 3 people that work at 511. I'm pretty sure we have more than 3. Pretty busy over there, you guys, eh? No, so we need to get everybody on the website and get those photos. So if we can, because we're just revamping all the content and everything right now and getting the look and feel set up. So if we can get the headshots and the bios all ready to go, we can just copy and paste those in there. So if you can send your bio, read a couple of the bios. I want you to write your bio as if you're talking to the patient. Like when you come to your appointment, I want to make sure I answer all your questions and that you feel comfortable. I look forward to seeing you when you come. This is where I went to school. I have a couple kids. This is what I do on my spare time. If you don't want to put personal stuff, that's fine. It can be very generic. But just have it be as if you're talking to the patient. Okay? So we'll have that information either sent to myself or Daniel. Just fire it with an email, and then he'll call you and we'll get the headshots for the rest of the people that don't have headshots. Other than that, we've got 2 sessions left for the Dis Study Club, and that has been an awesome year. I think it's been very successful. I will be going out on my recruiting campaign come June 1st, and hopefully can get 5 to 10 more dentists to join our group. I know Dr. Dan was a guest at one of our meetings, and he said he really enjoyed it. So he's our newest study club member come September, so that's awesome. So anyway, that's all I got for you. And, and the bike ride. We need riders for the bike ride. Really, really important. All the money goes to LACL. Thank you. And yes.
morning, everyone. So I just wanted to introduce our new contest that we have for the month of April into May. So it's a Mother's Day contest. It's a really fun one this month. It's a spa selfie. So you can take a spa selfie, preferably at Allure, but anywhere in the world is fine. You can post it to our page, tag yourself, tag us in it if you want, and you just get entered in to win a really great package from Vivier Pharma for yourself, for your mom, for your aunt, for whomever. And it'll run, started running yesterday, so Monday, and it will run until May the 4th, and then we'll pick a winner. So everybody in the room is eligible to enter, and we'd love to have your guys' support on there. Share it, like us, make sure that you like the Allure page. And so that's going to run for the next couple of weeks. Included in the Vivier package is also a facial or a pedicure, so anybody can kind of choose what they want. Along the lines of the referral program that Sabella was talking about, Daniel and I have had some really fun ideas to get the staff involved in doing some more referrals. So Daniel and I are working on some really great ideas, and once we have those a little bit more firm, then we'll present them to everybody. So I would love to see everybody's face over at A3, over at Allure. I know some of you haven't been there yet. So if you want to come over and just have a tour and take a look and see what we actually have over there, what it looks like. So if anybody asks you questions, you'll kind of at least have an idea in your own mind of what the patient would be walking into when they come over to our clinic. So just wanted to put an open invitation out there to everybody to come and see us, because we miss you. And so come see us. And if you guys, I wanted to mention 2 things that are happening. The Marlene, she's our dermabrasion lady. She's only there on Fridays. That started last month. So she is just renting a room from us. So really, she has extended a really fabulous offer to all of our staff to discount her services at 25% off to get us all her microdermabrasion. Yes, Connie?
What is microdermabrasion?
Well, it's basically, there's 2 different kinds. Microdermabrasion is more of the sanding of the top layer of skin off of the face, and what Marlene does is a diamond dermabrasion. So she uses a diamond head to do the same thing. So it's basically a resurfacing of the top layer of skin. You guys can see all of my selfies that I posted. That was me during my actual dermabrasion and then post. So you can see exactly what my skin looked like while I was doing it and then right afterwards. So I continued working throughout the day. I didn't even put any other makeup on, and I was a little red, but it was gone by the next day and my skin felt great. So she's only there on Fridays, and she has extended us a 25% off for our services. So you guys want to get in there while you can. And then we have a brand new hire who starts on May 5th. Her name is Veronica. She is an esthetician, and she has 7 years of experience coming with her to us. So we're very, very excited about that. And she'll be doing basically the Tuesday through Fridays and then every second Saturday. So I hope you guys will get a chance to meet her. The next all staff meeting we have, I'll have her here so you guys can all see who she is and make her feel welcome.
Thanks.
Yes.
Did you have a special package for the doctors to buy for Mother?
Of course. I always have special packages for the doctors. They know that.
They'd love to see that.
Of course. Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Dennis, for TikTok. You want it? You want me to hold it? Oh, I know where it is.
Can you just close it?
Eyes haven't moved. You guys are freaking out.
Alrighty. So just a couple minutes here. We've got a few new things coming out here, and with some of those new things, it's because we're in a growth pattern. Everybody loves change, and one of the things that's going to be changing here is the way a lot of us communicate amongst offices, amongst ourselves, and just 30 seconds there with our timesheets and that as well too. So as far as just a brief review, this is something we introduced here a few years ago. We had We had the big 5X party and our big growth patterns and things like that. But just to recap there, Dr. Murray graduated back in '87. When he started, he had one chair, one assistant, one receptionist, one room, one telephone, operating out of Banff. I wish we were still operating out of Banff, but maybe that'll change. Lethbridge, being here in Lethbridge, he's been in practice over 28 years. We now have 6 offices. We have over 95 plus staff members. We've got too many phones that I didn't want to sit down and count. But that gives you a brief idea of where we're at right now. And with this growth, we've got a lot of obstacles to overcome. We've got a lot of systems that we need to put in place so that as we grow, everybody's going to just grab hold, and things are going to be a lot smoother than they think that they should be. Okay? Because of change, we've got these 3 units that we've talked about in the past. We've got space and equipment, we've got human capital, and we've got marketing that we need to roll with. We need to ramp up, we need to make sure we're on top of it. So the 2 things I want to talk about is a little bit about human capital and some of the equipment that we're going to be using here. Right now, when I send out a mass email to everybody, everybody's got a Gmail account. Some people have Hotmail accounts, some people have Yahoo accounts. And over the years, we've kind of outgrown that system. So when somebody wants to send an invitation, maybe a calendar event like our all-staff meeting, so you don't forget, we want to send that so that it ends up in your calendar. Where does it end up? Well, most of us don't get it because we're using different systems. And so what I'm proposing here today is that we're going to be using a unified system, okay? We're going to get rid of all these different types of tools that we're trying to use, trying to be efficient. We want to be a little more efficient with something called Office 365. Does anybody have a Hotmail account? How many have Hotmail accounts? So that's basically, it's a revamp of that Hotmail account. So all of you, I'm going to be coming to you for help and assistance on how to use that email system. So that's what we're going to be implementing here in the next little while, is the Office 365. Some of the main reasons we're doing this, like I mentioned, there's the ability to share directories. How do I have that person's phone number? I need to call in, I'm sick, I need to get a hold of somebody. So we're going to have common directories that everybody can work on and pull from. We're going to have distribution lists, so when I send out a mass email, not just a select few are going to get it. If I need all 511 and 515 Crow's Nest, McGrath, 83 to receive an email, it's going to go to everybody. We're not going to have 3 or 4 different distribution lists to play with. Calendars, like I mentioned there, if we want to invite people to a certain event, you can accept it. It'll go onto your calendar, so we'll have a common calendar to work with as well too. Documents, if we need to share documents, we're working on certain procedures like Sabello introduced here. We need some dialogue on how we're going to be referring patients back and forth. Why not work off a common document, a common script, so that we're all on the same page when we're dealing with that. So bottom line, this is going to be a unified system, something that we're hoping everybody will be able to embrace, and that communication, which is such a key point about maybe, patient information that we need to just kind of share back and forth, that we'll be able to do those things in a much more efficient manner in that as well too. Everybody will still have the exact same email address. Mine will still be dennis@abledentalgroup.com. Your email address won't change, just the vehicle that we're using. And no, we're not going to be forwarding it to our different accounts, to our Gmail accounts and things like that. It's going to be a unified system. Over the next couple weeks, we'll have some lunch and learns for those that need it to get an update on this new system. So we're hoping when we roll it out, it's going to make our lives easier when it comes to those things as far as communication. So it's going to play the little song, bigger, better, stronger, faster. That's what we're hoping to accomplish there, make us better. The other thing I just want to briefly touch base on here is our timesheets as well too. When you're implementing that, you're still going to have your Gmail, Hotmail accounts and those types of things. So you're still going to use your timesheet, but hopefully in the next couple months here, we've been putting the feelers out for lots of different systems to be able to manage our time in that. So just be prepared. There's no details as yet, but be prepared for some change in the air when it comes to implementing our timesheets. Any questions? Okay, thanks for your time.
ton of referrals, but I know that with all the talks we've had this morning, I'm sure next month I'm going to have a stack. So be prepared with gift cards. I'm going to have a ton. This month I have one for Julie, Jana, Jesse Palmendy, and I have one for Stacy. And that's all that I have to say.
So I want to, real quick, so what I'm going to present on is, remember how I asked all of you to submit your mission, vision, values, ideas? Well, I got some really great responses, and a couple of weeks ago, all the providers and managers locked ourselves in a room for an afternoon, and we came up with some statements, and I'm going to present those back to you guys. But before we do that, I just wanted to elaborate a little bit about the timekeeping changes that are coming. So, Parina, how many hours a month do you spend logging payroll?
Well, I have the mid-month's pay and then I have the end-month's pay.
Yeah, so you just added it all up.
Maybe 4 hours.
Okay, so 4 hours a month, just manually entering payroll, okay? How long do you think it takes each of you to, for you personally, to like punch in your timesheets to your goal timesheets?
1 month, maybe.
A couple of minutes? Not too much? Managers, how much time do you spend like sorting through all those timesheets and looking for stuff that seems weird and improving?
I'd say probably like at least half an hour.
Half an hour a month? Okay. So you can see how this time all kind of adds up, right? So what we're looking for is a solution that's basically going to be like a badge in, badge out type situation where you show up and boop, you're in, that's it. And when you leave, it's boop, you're out. And that'll send the information automatically to your managers, and it'll automatically populate into payroll and eliminate all that time that you spend doing manual entry stuff. That's basically badge in. So, okay? Okay, so now I'm going to present to you what we've come up with for our mission, vision, values, and operational pillars. So, had the marketing staff put these together, and we'll put these up in this room, or maybe in the staff room, so you guys can get a better look at them. But let me see if I can read this from behind it. Sure. So, Able Dental Group's mission statement. So this is what we do, right? This is what we're all about. Able Dental Group changes lives by making smiles more beautiful, functional, durable, and affordable for life. We do whatever it takes to provide a customer service experience that exceeds expectations. Does that feel true to what we're about here? I think so. We put a lot of input into these, and we hope we got it right. So this is something that I hope that we can all sort of resonate with. And I really like this last line. It says, we do whatever it takes to provide a customer service that exceeds expectations. Like, that's something you could tell yourself sort of on a day-to-day basis. Like, am I doing whatever it takes to provide a customer service experience that exceeds expectations? Okay? So that's what we do. Our vision statement is the next one. Sherry, there's 4 of them. So. Okay, so this is kind of what we aspire to, right? Able Dental Group aspires to be the most highly recommended dental service provider in Canada, providing the full spectrum of oral health services. We will be the best place to receive care and be the best place to work. Okay? So you can see how there's a little bit of distance between where we are and what we aspire to, right? We don't offer the full range of services. Nobody in Prince Edward Island knows who we are, right? So there's a little bit of difference between where we are and where we'd like to be, but this is sort of our vision of where we'd like to get to as a company, okay? Next one is our values. And so all of these, this one's harder to read. You'll have to come up and actually take a peek. But these will be really influential in our how we execute our growth strategy and how we hire people and how we, like when you do your annual performance reviews, we'll incorporate these into your annual performance reviews to see if you're demonstrating these values. So what we said was Able Dental Group demonstrates our values personally, with our patients, our team, and our community. And our 3 values are teamwork, stewardship, and respect. Okay? So teamwork. I consider myself an integral member of the team with the capacity to lead and contribute my unique gifts. So this is personally how I, within myself, demonstrate teamwork. Towards our patients, it means I treat patients as a member of the care team and listen to their needs. As our team, we accomplish the most through collaboration, communicating closely, and having fun as a team. and we embrace the broader community as a partner in achieving our missions. You can see how teamwork is reflected personally with our patients, with our team, and with the community. Okay? Stewardship. What stewardship means is I'm accountable for my personal conduct and embrace the opportunity to exceed expectations. As a personal steward of my patient's health, I've been entrusted to act responsibly, ethically, and mindfully. I'm accountable to my team members to own my actions and follow through on my commitments. And we are responsible to use our scarce resources as efficiently as possible while improving the health of our community. So you can see how stewardship is a sense of accountability that we have for improving the health of our community, following through on our commitments, and being, being accountable for actions. Okay, respect. I recognize that others' needs, hopes, and dreams are as real and as meaningful as my own. That's kind of a long way to say you treat others the way you want to be treated, right? I treat patients with courtesy, value their time, and strive to build appropriate relationships. I value the perspective of my teammates and commit to treat them fairly and kindly. And we value the contributions of community members and endeavor to form meaningful partnerships. So these should ring true as well as sort of what it feels like to work at Able Dental Group and what it means to demonstrate like the Able values. If we work as a team, we take accountability for our actions, and we try to be as respectful as possible. You can kind of combine these and mix and match any which way you want, and it really helps us provide an excellent patient experience and have a commonality of expectations about what we expect from one another. Okay, and we have finished the process of setting corporate goals. Okay, so these are going to be the overarching goals that we're going to focus on as a company for the next year, and we're going through the process of working with the individual department managers to take these goals and put them on a department level for things that are more within your control. But overarching, this is what we're trying to accomplish. Okay, so we've established 5 pillars of quality, cost, growth, safety, and staff and provider engagement. And those all are aimed towards the objective of delivering value to our patients, okay? So, under the quality pillar, our goal is to improve the patient experience. And the goal is to increase top box score percentage from 69.8 to 75%. So we have a patient satisfaction survey that's getting rolled out through Solution Reach. And right now, the percentage of patients that rate us in the top box, or the highest possible score that we could get, is 69.8%. So just under 70% of our patients say it was excellent, it was the best. So our goal is to increase that to 75%. So there will be things that we will do throughout the year to try and influence this. So Bella's rolling out new patient experience. There's other things that we're going to be rolling out as ways to try to improve this goal. Okay? For cost, the goal is to improve system-wide operating margin. So the goal is to achieve a budget operating margin of 7.5%. So that just means when you bring in all of the money from treating patients and you subtract out all the costs, the difference has got to be, we want to get it to be about 7.5%. Okay? For growth, we want to improve total collections. So the goal is to increase total collections 10% over 2014 to just over $13 million. So last year we did around $12 million. So if we did 10% better, that would be about $13 million, right? And everybody has a part, and there are things that we can all do to help improve that as well. Increase new patients. So the goal is to increase new patients by 10%. It's primarily a marketing goal. It's their job to get people in the door, right? And then it's your job to wow them once they show up, right? Safety. We want to reduce preventable harm. It's kind of scary to think that we could be doing harm to some of our patients, but we kind of do in some instances, right? We give people infections and those sorts of things, which is a bummer. They didn't come here asking to get an infection, so we want to do less of that, right? So reduce the number of post-operative infections from last year we had about 37. It's kind of an inexact number right now. We're honing in on it. But reduce the number of post-operative infections from 37 to 25. So if at the end of the year we could say we gave, do the math, 12? Yeah, 37 minus 25, 12. We gave 12 less people infections this year. That would be pretty successful, okay? Last one is with staff and provider engagement. Develop our staff and their abilities is the goal. So we don't have a staff satisfaction survey right now, but the goal is to put one in place, measure the baseline of how satisfied you all are, and then try to improve that by at least 10%, right? So the results of that survey are going to give us an idea of what types of things we need to do in order to help provide a workplace that helps you feel valued, like you're developing, like your skills are increasing, like what you do matters, like you like that you like the work that you do. all those sorts of things. But this schematic, thanks Jerry, kind of helps us provide a way to stay balanced in how we achieve our goals, right? It's not all focused on finances. It's not all focused in one specific direction. We've got 5 different areas that we've defined that say if we focus all around on these different things, we'll be a successful business. We'll meet the needs of our patients, and we'll accomplish our mission and our vision, right? So that's that. We'll be hanging this stuff up here and around, and I'm sure your managers will be talking about it a little bit as well. But yeah, now you all know, so thanks.
That was awesome. He did his homework, his top 7 priorities, his little list is checking down.
Yeah.
Awesome. So now I'd just like to take a moment and celebrate a few new things and welcome a few new faces in the audience. So today, just want to welcome Jackie Osby, who's been on a hiatus for a couple of years from here, and she's back. And so stand up, Jackie, so people know who you are. Aside from the fact that you were wearing bright red.
Yeah. I didn't have a purple one.
So Jackie is working alongside the team over in the prosthodontic department, and she has many years of expertise in that area, so it's a welcome addition. There are a few other people that aren't here today, and I know the nursing department has brought in a couple of new ladies. Carla Haney and Jennifer Flathoff will be joining the nursing team, and they'll be doing probably more on a casual basis. Right, Jackie? There Jackie is? Oh, there's Jackie right there. So, but certainly make sure that you welcome them when you see them in the corridors. They'll be doing some orientation over the next little bit with Jackie, so make sure you say hello. As Angela had mentioned, over in Allure, we're very excited to bring on Veronica, who brings several years of experience, and will certainly be bringing a whole host of clientele, and is certainly excited to share her services with you folks as well too. Somebody else that's out in the Crow's Nest Pass, Bev is going to be helping the team out there, Bev Walsh, and as you all know, it's like crazy busy out there, and they definitely needed some more administrative support. So Bev will be the voice that you primarily are hearing on the front desk. She's really taken the bull by the horns, and right almost from day one was like right on the phone, and she's the person that I talk to almost all the time now when I call out there. She's very confident and very capable, so it's awesome. And then Caitlin out in McGrath. Caitlin, who is a hygienist who we've seen temping quite a bit in the Lethbridge office here, is going to be filling mat leave fairly soon for Ashley Powell out in McGrath. Just before we go on here, I just want to make special mention of Mary Ostram's mom, who passed away last week. She was elderly for sure, but it was untimely, of course, and Mary, as you all know, was very close to her mom, so I just wanted to make mention of that for anybody who didn't know that. Team commendations. Oh my gosh, this was like craziness. It is awesome. This is like the goal. I had so many. I'm not even sure that I have time to read through them all. It'll take up too much time, so I'm going to print them all out and I'm going to post them so everybody can see special acknowledgement. But I'm just going to quickly run through the names of the people that were acknowledged, and make sure you take a few moments later today once I get it all typed out. I'm going to put it on the communication board. And it was so amazing to have that many people really step up to the plate and pat their colleagues on the back for a job well done. Especially at times when you don't really notice that people are, watching what you do. It's awesome. So, run through the names here. Tegan, Kinsley, Kim, Allison, Jamie Wood, Michelle Sheridan, you're one of the team. Stephanie, Kathy, Allison and Kim again, Lacey, Jessie Pomeranke, Jamie Eklund, and Chelsea. They come in all shapes and sizes. And Tegan again. So I had done a draw already, and I had selected Tegan from the draw. So Tegan, we're changing our little program up a little bit. We're going to be giving our winners for the month. You have a new special board area that we're going to be hopefully up to the end of this week, where we're going to be making your picture live for everybody to see, and awarding you lunch from Able Dental Group. And really, it's just acknowledgement of just how appreciative your whole Able Dental family is of you. So Tegan, where's Tegan? Congratulations, but congratulations to everybody, because just getting noticed by your colleagues is really just an honor. Okay, lost my thought here. The other thing I want to make mention of is a real cool milestone. And I know that all of these things don't necessarily speak of money, but I gotta share an amazing success that just kicked it out of the park. 511 Group pushed it to the maximus this past month, and they hit a milestone of $600,000, and it is like the previous, even closest that we've ever come was 548. So they didn't just squeak a little over, they just like wham, way out of the ballpark. And that comes at the effort of not one person, it comes at the effort of 35 people that work primarily focused in that area. And of course all the referrals that come from all of our satellite offices directing over to there. So amazing job, team. Just keep that kind of enthusiasm and good clinical care. Keep it rolling. That's awesome. Other thing that I just wanted to just mention real quick here is Jamie touched on doing surveys. And actually, it's no surprise that I have a survey that we're going to be handing out later this week. I'm kind of finessing a few little things, so we're going to be executing that sooner rather than later. And it's really an opportunity to just really, you the people, to be telling us how we can be doing better and really giving your honest, anonymous feedback. So these are going to be coming through your managers and distributed out, and you can return them back to the managers, and then they will be taken up for evaluation. So really, really important to express yourself, okay? Sorry, I'm all over the map here. So before we go into talking a little bit about centralized booking, and I'm just going to just touch on that, I just wanted to have a little chat about something that is kind of near and dear to me. So I just want to take a few minutes and express my personal gratitude in regards to a few different areas about my second family at Able Dental Group. So firstly, thank you to Dr. Murray and Able Dental Group for providing comfortable facilities for myself and the rest of my colleagues to enjoy our breaks in the team lounge. So it's a place where we can come and put our feet up for a few minutes and recharge our batteries. We also have everything we need to enjoy our lunch with our work buddies. So we are sharing in the stories of our day and building friendships and camaraderie. This room sees a lot of foot traffic. Sorry, I don't even know why I'm nervous.
Emotional.
Emotional. It was that video. So I've been frequenting the lounge a little bit more lately, and I noticed that it really needs a little bit more care and attention. So I want you all to be a little bit more, I'm losing my breath. You think I was like, please be mindful of washing your dishes after use, and this includes dishes you may have taken up to your office and have brought down back to the sink. And cleaning up your surroundings when you're ready to leave. You know, magazines, put them back in their stacks, and crumbs and trash, please clear them off the table. And I know you might say, I don't even use the lounge. Yeah, neither do I. But it's about pride of your office. And I know you wouldn't leave trash on the floor upstairs or walk over it just because you didn't drop it. So I expect the same level of pride downstairs or anywhere else. So I thank you for your participation. We have decided to reinstitute our weekly maintenance program. So if you recall, we assigned a new department each week to do general cleaning. This by means that someone is not being paid to clean up after you. That is a housekeeper or your mother. And in my house, I'm the mom, and I ground my boys for not picking up after themselves. So you still have to clean up after yourself. This is just a general once-over at the end of the day. There's a task list that's posted on the cabinet above the sink in the lounge. So to get this program started, I'm nominating my fellow basement team to start this week. So Dennis and myself and Terry, Kelsey, and Allison, we're gonna go ahead and start that, okay? So I'm gonna do a schedule. I'm gonna post it on the communication wall, and it's gonna be by draw, and we'll do a department for a week, okay? So any questions about that? Okay.
One question, does the fridge get cleaned out
That's part of the weekly thing. That's the Friday afternoon.
Friday at 4,
Yeah.
4:30?
Yeah. So, secondly, I want to give a huge thank you to Marianne and Jackie, who are the chief organizers of our monthly potluck. So they take this event, or take this to a whole new level, and this is more than just a lunch, this is an event. And I know we've all come to expect this and appreciate it so much. This is such a fun part of Able Dental Group. We truly, truly love this. Countless hours on their own time of planning and preparing the food and staging the event. And seriously, I've been here at 9 o'clock at night, and they are like cooking like crazy ladies, just decorating and just making sure everything is just perfect. They put this on for a meager $7, which I happen to know doesn't even cover the expense. And I know that these ladies have been funding this out of their own pocket. So if this is going to continue, we the lunchgoers will be thrilled to pay more. I know that we certainly, like $7 is nothing. So we're happy to increase that. So please guys, increase the fees, okay?
It's mostly Marianne.
Okay. Because they purchase the food and supplies in advance, your money, your money you pay by the cutoff date is non-refundable. So if you forget or you go for lunch or you miss work that day, it cannot be carried over for another potluck day. I know that the food is so yummy that I want more, but can't really have seconds. The meals have all been pre-portioned, okay? And also, if you've forgotten and want to participate the day of, please check with Marianne to ensure that she can accommodate that. And also, please don't forget to pay, guys. Again, this is out of their pocket, and you know, when you eat for free, then they're having to pay for it. Okay, so let's try to be respectful of that. So, ladies, can I please call you up?
No.
Okay, well, I'm not going to make you say a speech, Jackie. I just have, as a token of our appreciation, I want you.
It's good.
Okay, as a token of our appreciation, I'm going to come to you.
Boy.
And I want you to accept this gift from the Able family. And you and Marianne can go out and have a lunch instead of cooking lunch for all of us.
Thank you. Oh, that's nice.
Please enjoy.
We love to do it.
So I'm just going to give you some highlights on centralized booking because we need to go into our breakout meetings. I know there's some very valuable things that need to happen there, so I'm going to give you the very fast version of it. So centralized booking, it has to do with our call center, and our call center is over in the 515 building. We're going to be bringing in a new employee who's going to work with the 511 group and get that person trained up under the 511 wing over the course of the next couple of months. In summertime-ish, if our timelines are still matching up, phase 2 will be bringing in another person that will be trained under 515, and we'll be spending the course of the next 3 or 4 months getting that person trained up. And if it's needed and required, we may relocate those people and bring them into one common space to answer all of our primary incoming calls, all of our primary basic booking calls. Just know that this program is definitely open to some modifications along the way, but we're going to be rolling it out of the gates very soon. The person that we offered the position to is accepted, so we can really get going on that training almost immediately. So if anybody has any more questions about it, just certainly feel free to speak to any of your managers. They're aware of the program and how it's going to be executed, but that is going to be the wave of our future. And as I said, as we're rolling this out, we may need to tweak a few things along the way, but we do have a fairly good guideline and plan for how we're going to be doing that. And that goes hand in hand with us, like Dennis talking about change with space and equipment and human capital. As we're growing bigger and bigger, and you're kicking off $600,000 months all the time over in 511, there's obviously a need for more human capital and space to be able to accommodate that kind of substantial growth. So we're going in that direction, so let's get the team trained and good rock stars just like the rest of yourselves to be recruited in to take it to the next level as well. So without further ado, I think we covered everything. Oh, next month, just a quick heads up, mock drills. Jackie, you'll be hosting that one. And we'll move to our breakout meetings. Thank you.